is a wild bucket tonight. Wild bucket tonight, folks. Nicholas Sapaglia. Here he comes. He's been on this show before. We'll see what happens here. Nicholas Sapaglia, everybody. Make some noise for Nicholas.
I just went home recently, and my brother has a 2-year-old daughter, and they found out that she has autism. And his wife was like really upset when I asked when they plan to put her down. I'm new to Austin. I love when it rains here, because it keeps all the homeless people under the bridge where they belong. Like every time they asked me for money, I asked if they could break 100. Yeah, I know it's fucked up. Most of the time they can.
Nicholas Sapaglia. Now here's what I love so far about tonight is that both Tim Warner and Nicholas are the only two people that have been on this show before, and it has not always gone great, but yet you guys are proving that you're getting better. You could agree that that was your best set you've ever had on this show, correct?
Yeah, it was better than the first time.
Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
Indeed. So it gives hope for the other people that you saw here tonight is my point. Nicholas, so how's it going? Remind us of everything. How long you been doing stand-up?
About 8 years now.
8 years. Where are you from?
Fresno, California.
And how long have you lived in Austin?
1 year.
1 year.
I got
what do you
on-
What do you love? Yep. What?
Let's say I got here about a year ago. I got on like shortly after I moved here.
Right. Exactly. What do you love about Austin, Texas?
Oh.
Been here a year.
I really do like that it rains a lot here. The Central Valley in Fresno doesn't get much rain at all, so it's pretty nice. And then I just like how open everything is. Got good food, lots to do. I like to go to the park and just go walk around like the river through the, you know.
Okay, I was gonna hire you to be a tour guide of Austin, but turns out I'm not really liking what I'm getting. What do you do for work, Nicholas?
I had a couple jobs while I was working. I worked at Gold's Gym for a little bit, and then I was like going out and hustling, going door to door, washing windows on homes for people, like cleaning their house windows. And I just got a new job. I start on the 9th.
What's the new job?
It's a sales position at a logistics company.
Okay, do you know what you're doing?
Basically be selling like
they're like, hey, anybody got any fucking window washing experience? We got some logistics we got to do here.
No. I'll basically be selling freight costs to different companies, shipping their products all over the country.
That sounds like a much more important job than washing people's windows.
Yeah, when I moved here, I mean, I had my savings and I was just took a year off from having like a real person job, but so now it's time to.
What do you do for fun around here?
I've been working on a lot of podcasts and just hanging out with people doing comedy, doing mushrooms and acid from time to time, and just enjoying being in Austin.
There you go. That explains why you've been walking around parks so much.
Yeah, probably.
You didn't mention that part when you said like a pedophile that you walk around the parks when I asked you what you do for fun.
Oh, yeah.
That makes more sense. Mushrooms and parks are fun.
Yeah.
I know a guy that makes mountain bike trails.
Yeah.
What's something wild about you that we don't know that we would find interesting? Say if you were on like a live podcast or something like that.
Well, we like mentioned it last time, but we kind of briefly went over it. Like I used to pick up dead bodies for a living.
Ah.
I used to work for the coroner's office back in Fresno when I was like...
Enough about your dating life already. Let's talk about... All right. And that's what you did for work?
I did that for a little while, yeah. It was pretty interesting.
How much did that affect you, like seeing that many dead people?
It probably affected me. It definitely made my sense of humor
Seems
darker.
like it affected you.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. You have a deadpan delivery.
Yeah.
You took your time this time, I think, is one of the big differences. You've been doing a lot of spots?
Yeah, I've been working pretty regularly, at least a few times a week. I get a spot, and Brian's been able hooking me up with secret show spots from time to time.
So you're a year into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stand-up overall or just Austin?
Just Austin.
Or, right. You said 8 years.
8 years, yeah.
So if you could give advice to yourself 8 years ago, what would you tell that Nicholas Sapaglia?
I'd probably tell him never to invite friends to an open mic.
Yeah, that's
You
a
know?
good point.
Yeah, just
Solid advice.
invite them to shows, but that's, open mics for me, for practice,
Right.
When was the last time you saw a dead body?
It was in 2012 when my stepdad died.
Oh, jeez, Louise. All right, take
No, but I mean, like,
take
a
all
coroner,
the
but
joke books.
my question
Jesus
was,
Christ.
I want to know, like,
Who
as you've gone further from, like, being around dead bodies all the time, has it changed you?
No, I mean, it gives me a more appreciation of like life and having fun and experiencing more things and just not taking things for granted or people, and because you never know when just like that someone
Right.
could die.
Being around people that are dead, just seeing it does end.
It does.
We don't want to
yeah.
believe it, but it does.
Yeah, it definitely makes you like notice that the body is more of like a shell. Because I mean, while I was working there, I actually picked up a kid I went to high school with that I actually knew. Wasn't like really good friends with him, but just saw him around school a bunch and had maybe like 1 or 2 classes. But then like when I saw him, I was like, oh, that's Alex, but it's not Alex. It was kind of weird.
What's the story about that? Like, did he bully you or anything? Because that'd be pretty crazy if he used to shove you into lockers. And now all of a sudden, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he was just a kid that like we had a couple mutual friends, but we were never all that close.
All right.
So I mean, sorry, it wasn't that juicy,
You already have a big joke book?
I do. I have one.
Hey, I would love to have you on the Secret Show Thursday, man.
Nicholas
Awesome, thank
Sapaglia,
you.
everybody!